they didn't have the dots and the dashes
Right.
there. They're just for us for pronunciation and stuff. So what they would do is the Sopharim, the scribes, they would use the vowels and the yods and the hays as vowel markers to mark where there's a vowel in there. And then as we get our Bible, our Hebrew Bible, with the dots and dashes in it for us to read today, they retain those because a Sopharim, it really means, it's a scribe, it really means to count, because they would count the letters when they got done to make sure they didn't miss anything. So those are retained for us. But they had to have those in there when they didn't have the dots and the dashes, so you wouldn't get mixed up with other words. Because you have some words that they're spelled the same, but the vowels, the dots and dashes are different, and you would say it different. They don't want you to get confused with another word.
Right.
What they're saying is, this is how we received it. Don't change it. So even as you go on, like with the Masoretes, what they did was a credible thing. They took the Hebrew Bible with no nikud, no dots and dashes, and they basically put the vocalization, the vowels, so we could say it. And even if things are spelled funny, they would put a little marker in there saying like, don't change it. I know it's spelled wrong, but this is how we received it. Like even if it makes the verse not make sense. So they're like, don't change it. So that's what all these are scribal notes in here, off to the side. And it'll tell you, like for example, like on this one right here, the first circular little circle there, it has a lamed right there with the dot over it. So it's saying the word is vayik leo, and that means it happens one time and it's right here and it's spelled this way. We know it's weird. Don't change it. That's how we received it. That way, the next scribe that comes along doesn't go, oh, that guy made a mistake.
Right.
He must have did that
Gotcha.
wrong. They're saying, don't do it. And all this stuff down here is the critical apparatus. This is like for textual variants, because there is textual variants, like even in the Hebrew text. They got some manuscripts this, some that. I don't have like the Dead Sea Scrolls or the Syriac Peshitta and stuff like that.
Well, I like the script best of all.
It's pretty.
It's pretty, it's easier to remember.
Oh,
This
yeah.
script is the third one. Yeah, I like that the best. Yet we have to read the book print. I don't like the book print.
Oh, that's basically what the Bible is in.
I know.
So to read it.
And that's what I learned, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most
To
important.
why
write
the
it,
script's
most
hard
people
to
write
That's
the
the most
script.
important thing is the book print.
But, which is most all of this is in script.
Okay, let's pray.
Okay.
Father, we thank you for this time here today, Lord, in Jesus' name. We ask that you would just help and guide each one of us, Lord, and help me to be clear and be accurate, and help everybody to retain the information and have a hunger for your word, Lord. And I pray that they would be able to understand and be able to use the language to look closer into your word, Lord, and be able to share it with others. In Yeshua's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so let's look on page 9 at the homework real quick. And we'll just go over it both really quick. So on line 1, starting at the right hand side, I'm going to say them, and then you guys make a note on yours if you have it wrong. And then I would like to, if y'all don't mind, I would like to take y'all's homework home.
Were you using my pencil to correct?
Did I steal it? Yep. Sorry.
I wonder, man.
I use the same kind of pencils. Did you get it at the Dollar Tree?
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so page 9, line 1, starting on the right side, we have, and then I'll take y'all's papers and mark them and give them back to you too. Leo, let, all, lace, lay, le, llama. Number 2, we have met, may, mace, meal, mal, mead, meg, method. Line 3, we have need, knave, nell, not, ne, nail, nays, nacha. Line 4, we have sail, said, say, sah, save, save, sod, sacha. Line, did you mix up the bets and the cost?
No,
Okay.
I did. I got it.
Alright. Line 5 is ed, ease, 8, oz, all, ace, of, a nay. Line 6, we have paw, pav, peed, peel, peed, pay, pave, hafa. Line 7, we have key, yet, tet, bet, set, less, lace, late. Line 8, we have case, pace, pale, sail, said, lev, aid, laid. Line 9, see, made, me's, peas, teas, days. Line 10, meet, met, set, sot, lot, doll, dot, ma. Line 11, knee, nay, na, pave, pot, pays, ace, oz. Line 12, we have gale, gale, sail, tail, dale, hail, hail. Question?
Line 12, the second set of letters, say that one again?
Hail?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I thought he said.
I thought it said Gale.
Oh, did I? The first one is gale?
Yeah, okay.
The last 12 and the last one is that's not a tav there?
It's a het.
That's a het, huh?
The thing to notice for the tav is the little tail. This will be the important part right here.
That's when we write it. That's right.
Yeah, if you look at the letters on page 2, you can see the difference from the het and the tet.
But they didn't have any top.
Yeah, this is just lamed
You got it right.
or through
Yeah, look
K.
on page 2, Don,
Yeah.
the last one.
Oh, yeah.
See that little tail?
Mm.
That'd be the thing to tell you. You
Yeah.
see it?
Yeah.
That's gonna come back.
Yeah, they're easy to get. People always mix up the hay and the het a lot of times. Okay, so before we continue on page 10, let's go over the alphabet. I'm gonna start one time. I'll say it, and you guys say it. Aleph,
Aleph,
Bet,
Bet,
Gimel,
Gimel,
Dalet,
Dalet,
Hey,
Hey,
Vav,
Vav,
Zion,
Zion,
Chet,
Het,
Tet,
Tet,
Yod,
Yod,
Kaf,
Kaf,
Lamed,
Lamed,
Mem,
Mem,
Nu,
Nun,
Sameh,
Samech,
Ayin,
Ayin,
Pei,
Pei,
Tzadeh,
Tzadeh,
Kuf,
Kuf,
Resh,
Resh,
Shin,
Shin,
Tav.
Tav.
Okay, and we have the Patach, which is the the Kametz, which is the the Chirig, which is E, Chirig Yod, with nothing under the Yod, right? Also E. Segel, which is like bed. Then you have the Tsere, which is A, and then Tsere Yod, with nothing under the Yod. Question?
Why would you use the comets over the Batak?
There's a difference, but we won't need to know too much right now.
Okay.
But one gets like reduced to the other for like grammatical reasons.
Okay,
Yeah, but there's a reason why they do it.
okay. Same with the Keurig and the,
All that, yep. So basically you have
right.
A class vowels, E class vowels, and O class vowels, and they get, some are stronger than others, and they get reduced down.
Okay.
So, let's see. Let's look on page 10. Page 10, it's starting with the tzadeh, which is the TZ or TS kind of sound, like pizza. And then we have the Sofit form, which is the final form.
Hang on, okay.
I tried to draw it the way you see it in the Bible, but I can't draw like that. So people get these two mixed up because one goes up, one goes down, but that's going to be the way that you write it, so you're not going to run across that in the Bible. In the Bible, you're not going to get them mixed up. This will be the final form for the pay and the final form for the tzadeh. It just kind of, all the sofits go below the line. And none of the consonants do, except for the kuf goes below just a little bit.
I have a question.
Okay.
On your chart there, like you have the pay,
Up
which
there?
is the P and the F is Fey.
Yeah.
So, is the F included in the Sofit or no?
Yeah.
It is. Does it have a dot in it or no dot in it or
If there's no dot, it will be a
F?
an F sound.
But if
But I don't think I've never seen it.
you've never seen a dot in the final form?
Never seen it without one.
Oh,
I'll check on that. So, the kuf, or the kof, however you want to pronounce it, we know that one makes the K the same as the kaf, right? With the dot in it. Same sound. And then the resh, or the resh, however you choose to pronounce it, it's just an R. That one's pretty easy because it looks like a backwards R, right? And then we have the sheen. So the sheen, if it's on this side, which one is it? You guys remember?
Sheen.
Yeah, that's right. So it's not the
S-H.
same.
Yeah, there you go. You remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the top, of course. Okay, so they're gonna teach us a couple more vowels here.
can we slow down just a little bit? I'm trying to write.
That coffee's strong.
Is it?
I don't really drink coffee.
He wants us to be awake.
Yeah.
I made it. That's how I make it for Lee. That's why he's all hyped up.
So fired up 24/7.
And how many cups a day does he drink? Just one?
He'll drink two
Two
pots
Whoa.
easily.
I'll drink a pot a day at least.
So I stay up till 2 or 3 in the morning. Okay, we're gonna learn some more vowels. So we're basically got the alphabet down. So you guys gotta get the alphabet down pretty solid. So even throughout your day, just go Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, so on and so on.
I do
And
it.
you get it, and
as
you
I'm
made
walking through the
flashcards.
house.
Hey,
I'm
guys.
skipping. saying it.
Morning.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, morning, sorry, we're late.
That's okay. We're going over the whole, so
Recapping.
Okay.
recapping. You guys are just in perfect time. We're on page 10.
Two vowels.
Okay, so we're gonna learn a couple more vowels, and we almost got all the vowels now. So we have the A-class vowels, like this, like the patach and the kamates, and the E-class vowels. There's gonna be one more E-class vowel in a little bit. The E sounds and the S sounds. There's some more A-class vowels. So we're gonna learn O-class vowels, as you see right there on page 10. So the first one is, we have our letter right here on left-handed. It will just simply be a dot right there. And that's called a holum.
Can you spell it?
No,
Okay.
It's called a colum,
a holum, you can just say holum.
holum.
With an H.
Yeah, that'll be fine. And then of course, just like the other ones, you can have a holum vav.
Those
And it will
Tex-
be above it like that every time, above to the left.
So they're Texas Olums?
The Texas Hold'em. There you go. And it makes O sound.
Okay.
It's a Hold'em. If you remember the names of all the vowels, it will tell you how they sound. Patach, patach, kamates, hirig, yod, segel, segel, tsere, tsere, tsere yod. Holum, oh, you think of the vowel in the word, you'll know it there. Holum bob, oh. So, someone may have already thought of it. What happens when you have a sheen? Right? Because the sheen has a dot over it. I'll try to write it in the, more like the book print. So, yeah, what if this is a scene? And then how do you know? It can do double duty.
The Vavo?
Yeah, it can do double duty at times. And
Okay.
you'll know, so it won't be that.
I missed something when you were writing the second O-class vowel.
This?
What is that line?
That's a vav.
A vowel. Oh, okay.
Okay, so you got,
Doesn't sound though.
yeah, you're not gonna pronounce the vav. It's just still gonna be O.
And what is that one called?
Holum vav. Just like this is Sari Yod. So you got 3 letters that mark, that can be vowel markers. They're not vowels. Remember how I was saying earlier that the original script did not have the dots and the dashes? So they put those in so you would not get confused. So they're vowel markers, and they're left in there. They're left in there for us because they weren't going to change anything. They're like, this is the way we received it. We're not going to change it. They counted all the letters, so they both make an O sound. And you can see in the middle of page 10, they have the holum and the holum vav there.
And these were added, what, 600 AD?
They always had this sound, but yeah, the Masoretes made them up sometime between 6th and 9th century.
Okay.
Yep. And there's a method to the madness. It seems like complicated, but there's reasons for it. And, with all the reductions, the way the vowels reduce and stuff like that, but we don't need to know that. We just need to know how to read it. So there's going to be some more. I'll just put it this way. I don't know how they want you to spell it in English. I'll put it like that.
Okay.
What's the next one they want us to do?
Like
Okay,
and
here's some more O-class vowels. This one's less common. You won't see it as much. It's 3 dots like that. And it makes ooh, 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 ooh. Let me write this up higher though. I can write underneath it. I remember when I was learning this stuff, I was like, all right, I'm good as long as they don't add one more thing. And they would add like 3 more things. I'm like, come on.
And what is this called again?
This is called a kibbutz.
like the place they live over there in Israel.
The boots.
Oh, I got it way off.
However you want to write it in English is fine. It doesn't matter. And this makes ooh. Ooh. Now we got one more O class vowel.
Okay.
This is called a shuruk. You have a consonant, and then you have the vowel, the vav for the vowel marker, and it's going to be a dot right next to the vav.
How do you spell that?
Shoe. We'll roll with that. However you want to spell it.
Yeah.
That works.
Shuruk.
Like something you eat. Fried shrew.
However you want to spell it. So they both make ooh, ooh. So we have ah, e, a, o, ooh, ooh.
Okay.
Same in every language in the world. Got the same kind of vowel, kind of sounds. So here on page 1, or page 10, they give us a sheen and a seen. It says the sheen and the seen are the same letter, though the sheen is pronounced with the sh. Okay, we already knew all that. Point number 5, they say the new vowel appears to the left of the letter. It may be written in 2 ways: as a dot on top of the vowel appearing to the left of the consonant, or as a dot in the upper left, as we said. So either way, and you'll see it both ways. You'll see the same word spelled both different ways at different places in the Bible, but they didn't change it because they're like, this is how we received it, so they continued on with it. So look how we have ode and ode kind of at the bottom of the page right above point 6. Do y'all see that? I see they're pronounced the same way. The second new vowel is the shuruk. It may be written 2 ways. As the letter vav with a dot in the middle appearing to the left of the consonant, or as 3 dots underneath it. Both vowels have the same sound. They show you root and root. And we look at point number 7. It says the vav is on the top of page 11. The vav is not a vowel and a consonant at the same time. Okay? When a vav functions as a vowel sounded o or oo, it does not have the sound of v like mine. Does everybody understand what they mean?
Yes.
Okay. So with the dot above it, the vav sounds like o, like row. With the dot in the center, it sounds like ooh, like pool. With a vowel under the vav, the v, as in vine, with the sound of its vowel. So let's do the checkup words there, right underneath it, starting on the right side. We have veal, so we have the hirig yod, right? So that's like an E class vowel.
Where are you?
Right here.
Oh, it's not here?
Veal.
Oh,
And then the next one is viva.
Viva.
So they're trying to show you the vav so you don't get confused. And then you have vet and veil. So look at number 8 right there. When the vowel, the cholam, they're showing us there, appears next to a sheen, the dot from the sheen usually combines with the vowel of the cholam. So look at the one to the far right. That word is Moshe. Moshe. Y'all see that a lot in the Bible because that's Moses. That's his name. Did you see how they put a cholam on the mem, right? To make the O, mo. But there's already a dot on the right side of the sheen. So that cholam and the dot on the sheen does double duty. Do y'all want me to write that on the board? Okay. So we have this, you see where we're at? Right there?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all see it? I
So
don't-
do you still pronounce the S sound with the 3 dots at the bottom?
Yeah. We'll see. Alright, we're not gonna say the hey.
Where is it?
Oh, this is motion.
Alright, so do you see how it's there? There's another one right here, right? Really, but we already have one here. So this is not really a Holem. This is part of the sheen, but this dot's doing double duty. That we don't have the 2 dots.
And you'll know
Motion.
that it's doing that because there's no other valve markers on.
Yeah, there's no other vowel markers here, so you'll know it must be when you see the word. You're like, okay, I can't just say without a vowel. You can't say any consonant without a vowel, really, right? In any language.
This one,
that I
they're
know of.
closer together.
So you'll know that
It's
it's
not
motion.
working for both.
When I was teaching the kids, that one night I was watching the kids, I heard everything but Moshe. I heard Moshe and everything else. Because it sounds weird, right? Because that's a segel, so it's just it's Moshe. So it does double duty right there. Same in that next word right there. Yoshev. Yoshev.
This
You can see where it does the same.
yeah, yod. Okay.
Anybody got
The
some
O
questions?
sound.
Or we keep going?
Hang on, just.
What does Yoshe mean?
Like to live or like sit down, like dwell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I thought that was
Questions?
the yeah. Thought that was a V. So I'm a little confused.
Okay.
I thought
This,
that
the second word in 8.
yeah, I thought that
Which one?
The second word in 8.
An H.
Mhm.
Yeah, that we just went over the Yoshe.
Your shave.
is I thought
Oh,
is
he
that
said shave.
shave. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Your shave.
We weren't hearing the V
The V.
sound. That's
Okay.
why we were confused.
Yes, sorry. Thank you.
It's okay. Yeah, it's a bet without the doggish.
Right. Okay.
It makes the V sound. Your shave.
Yeah, and that's we didn't hear the V.
Oh, I got you.
We thought it was another S at the end.
I thought it was a silent V.
No, there's no silent V. There's a silent V now. No, there's a. Yeah. So, let's look at the look-alike letters there. I think you guys are good with that. So, let's look at the checkup words, starting on the far right side. We got note, coat, rule, Coca-Cola.
Wow. That's fancy looking.
Yeah, it's fancy. It looks pretty, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it says it on the cans
I'll
like
get
that in
that
Israel.
tattooed
That'd be cool. Probably just says like same as ours.
But
The next line start at the far right side. Show. We have a silent olive there. 'Cause there's nothing underneath it. Sue. Toot. Betsy. You guys see how that works? Take a little bit of getting used to. So, if we look at the reading practice there, we're gonna go over it right now. But that'll probably be y'all's homework. So starting at line 1 on the far right side, we have tsug, tsug. The next one is so. The next one is so. Tsuv. Tsi. Tsach. Tsa. Tsapa. Oh, excuse me. Tsafa. There's no dot in that pay.
So we don't say this. So.
Pretty good so far.
So we don't say that last letter. It's
That
just
hey?
Safa.
The vav. No, because it's just the vowel, right? Part of the vowel.
Should, ask me again?
The last word that you said safa,
Yeah.
so we don't say the H.
Yeah, we're not gonna say the hey. So there's nothing underneath that hey. So the only ones, we're talking about this right before y'all came. So the only consonants that are vowel markers, they're not vowels, they're vowel markers. If they don't have a vowel under it, we won't say, is the yod, the vav, and the hey.
Okay.
And you can, it's easy to remember because you remember God's name, yod, hey, vav, hey. So that's so nobody knows how to say it. So, yeah. So they're not vowels, but they're vowel indicated.
Okay.
So number 2, by the way, if anybody knows how to say it, if they have an MP3 of Moses talking, I would like to hear that. I heard everybody's opinion in the world. I'm like, yeah, y'all don't know. So number 2 is cove. So we have the holum bob there, and then the next one is just a holum. It's code. On the next one we got a shuruk, the 3 dots. I don't expect y'all to be able to remember this instantly, but I do want y'all to learn it this week as you go home. The next one is coot.
Yom Kippur.
Coot. Yeah.
This was good.
The next one is cob.
Cob, corn cob.
Now look at the next one. It's coov. Look at the next one. Cov. The next one is keys.
Keys.
And the next one's gonna confuse you. It's cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
See how that works? Number 3
That's how I feel
is
right now.
root. Roove. Roove again. Roke. Rock.
I guess we should write this.
Ra. You can't say that iron because there's nothing there and the iron's silent, right? It's not a vowel marker, it's just a silent letter. Ra. The next one is re. The next one is ray. Also silent, so there's nothing to say. And line 4 is show.
Shoes.
Shoes. Yep. All right, pick it up, Don. What you got?
No, no, no.
What is it?
Shoot.
Shoot. What's the next one?
Shoot. Show again? No, shoat.
Shoat.
Shoat? Really?
Shoat. Yeah. No, it's show.
Shoot, it
Show.
should be an ooh sound, shouldn't it?
Show.
Wait,
Sure.
on the one.
Show with
The
the
fourth one,
CH at
right?
the end,
It's
right?
show.
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 Show. Yeah, it's a head. Show.
Separate sound.
Oh,
You got a problem, Mom?
One here is one.
no,
Okay.
You
Sure.
looking at the next one.
Shaw.
Shaw. What's the next one?
It's the CH, it's the hit.
Sheet.
Watch your mouth. It's the next one.
I lost my place. Which one are we
We're on
on?
the last one.
The
on
last
number
one on
4.
line 4.
Shoe.
Show.
Show. Oh, yeah.
Yep. It would be
It's a V
ooh
at the end.
if it was in the middle of that bob.
Okay.
Show.
Say.
I'm gonna have to study this in the quiet of my heart.
Yes. Like I said, I don't expect y'all to learn this today because I just told it to you. But I do want y'all to learn it this week. So, and this is a really good textbook too to work through. So like, we're explaining it here, and then if you even just go back and read the chapter, it lays it out pretty good. I think. Number 5, Sue. They have the shuruk there. Soul. Got a hole and bob there. So they're trying to mix it up so we would learn it. Seuss. Sock. The third one from the end is seed. Second to last one is sob. And the last one is say. The number 5, or line 6, is a tav, so it's toe. And here we got the vav there is a shuruk again, so it's a oo. So it's tube. The next one is tug. And then we have that up at the top right.
Toad.
It's a O again, so it's toad. Code. Next one is ta. Tav. Now we're getting back to the E class again, so the T's. And then A class. Take. There you go. Okay. Someone want to read the last one? Any volunteers? Kevin, read it, line 7.
Yeah. Alright.
Read the first word. We'll go around.
That one is.
That's harder.
Yeah, which one is that one again?
And mim.
Oh, man. So, Mavet.
Mavet. That's a
Mavet.
top at the end.
Mavet. Lamut.
Lamut, yep.
Lamut.
I used to hate public reading, but it makes good. It's good.
Lamut.
Yep. That's hard to say, the next one. No. It's a tseri.
Oh, okay. Z.
No. That's an ayin. That first word's an
So
ayin,
it's
but the
silent, right?
It's silent. It's silent. And you have the holum on it, or the Keurig underneath it, right? So it's e.
Yeah. Here.
Bear. Bear. So that's hard to say.
Bear.
Okay, the next word. Ur.
Is this the third one or the fourth one? I'm lost now.
The fourth one.
Okay.
And you'll see that word in the Bible. It means light. Ur.
Means light.
Light.
Light. Okay. Cool.
Got it?
That is a Vatsak. Vatsak.
Batak.
Batak.
It's the name. It's the person's name.
Da.
He's the king.
David.
Yep.
And then.
Don't worry about that dot and that dollet right there.
Okay. Yeah, that was like.
Yeah, don't worry about that right now.
Okay, so then dude.
Dode.
Dove.
Oh. Yep.
That's the second to last one?
That was the
That's the
last.
very last one.
Okay.
Yep. So second to last one is David. And then, because you see we have the Hirig with the E, and the last one is a holum. So it's Dode. Okay.
Okay, so the second to last one, the first letter is D.
Don't worry about that dot in there.
Oh, don't, okay.
Don't, we haven't got
Okay,
that
that's
yet.
throwing me off.
It will not change the pronunciation at all. They're there
Okay.
for grammatical reasons.
What do you say the last one?
The very last one, Dode. Yep.
Oh, that's.
Yep, it's a hole and ball. So it's got the, it's this one. It's got the ball with the dot over it. And let's turn the page. guys have already looked at this before, right at the top. The Sophites. There's just 5 of them. So you won't miss them. You'll get used to reading them when they're in the Bible. So the Kaf right here, many times it will have these 2 dots right next to it. Don't worry about it. It's to make the same sound. Yep. And pretty much every time I can think of it, it's always going to be the when it's at the end, the Sophie.
Where's the cough on page 12? Oh, that's
the
because
very
it's
top.
the Bach.
The first one.
Yeah, okay,
Very first.
okay.
So sometimes at first people get this one confused with this one, but you won't, because this looks pretty much, this looks like,
Like the pig.
it looks like the pig. So, yep, don't worry about the 2 dots, and every time I can think of it, it's always the, when it's at the end. So the Sophites, they all gonna go below the line. So all the regular letters are gonna be above the line, except for the Kuf goes just a little bit below. So they all go below the line. The Mem Sophite, this is how we write it in the cursive. It's just more boxy. You won't mix it up with this because it's more boxy. That's just when it's at the end of the word. The Nun, it just drops down real low. And people say like, why would they do that? It's because they don't want you to get confused. For one thing, it's just the way it is, like language changes. But whenever they wrote manuscripts, like the materials they write on was very expensive. So they would just write everything like that. No spaces, just straight across, you know? So you might notice if there's one boom at the end of a word right there.
Well, the end of TS and F are very similar.
Yep.
They're very similar a little bit to
They're
the
similar,
Med.
just like we were saying, so it's only gonna be similar in your cursive writing,
Mm-hmm,
because when you're reading in the Bible, you're not gonna mix up that with that.
right,
You
right.
know? So don't worry about that too much. This here is just in the cursive, so when you see it, you're not gonna confuse the 2. They look pretty different. So if we look right below that on page 12, I remember when I was going through this book, as I circled it and wrote a question mark, don't get confused by that comma in between the words. Just disregard that.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just trying to make it like for English speakers.
Oh, here.
See where they put that little comma
Yeah.
in between the
Oh.
words? Don't worry. Yeah, that's nothing to do with Hebrew.
You're talking about these lines right here?
Oh,
Right there, yeah.
they're showing Sophie's.
Yeah, they're just showing you the difference there. I circled that and put a big question mark, and that, I was like flipping through all the book. So they're just showing you the difference between it, in the middle of the word and at the end of the word, right? So if we look, let's look at how it works. Look at the first one, starting from the right. It's Shachav and Zachar. Right? Those 2 words. You see the kaf in the middle of the word. It's just in the normal form. But if you keep moving over to the left, you have where the kaf is at the end of the word. So that first one there is lach. It's like an imperative to go. And like I said, don't worry about those 2 dots in there. But the next word, kamocha, you see how where they put the vowel up in there in the letter like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? You still so you pronounce it.
Yeah. Kamocha. Yep. That's a kametz, right? We know how to say that. It's ah. But the reason why they put it up in there is because those sophites go lower, and if they were to write it like underneath, it would be down up in the next line. You wouldn't be able to read the next line of the Bible, right?
And then the lock,
Mm-hmm.
the 2
The
dots,
2 dots.
still make the case.
Yeah,
Or
it still
the-
makes the sound, so it's not gonna be the change of pronunciation. Does everybody understand where they're putting the patach, or the kamates. This is a crop soapy, okay? Does everybody understand why they put that up in there like that?
Not really.
Do you know how
No.
to pronounce
Do you
it?
know how to pronounce it?
Like it's telling you it's one of the final form.
Yeah,
Oh,
it goes
okay.
lower because it's the final form, right? So they have it down, go down about low. So in that first word, they put just like that, and I told you don't worry about that. And they put lock. But in the next word, Kemocha, like you, that comes from Deuteronomy 18.
Like you.
It says that God will raise up from among your own brothers a prophet like you. It's talking about Jesus Christ, like prophet like Moses. There's our cough right there. Does everybody understand why they put that up in there?
Because there's no room. at
There's
the
no
bottom.
room, right? Because we'd be down.
Okay.
I remember that was confusing to me when I first started doing this. So if we look at line 2 right there, it has ma. So they're showing us the difference for the mem and the mem sophie, right? Katie's smiling. See, you know what that word ma means? What? And
So
like,
did we watch The Office? Does anybody watch?
what the hell's a ma?
What's a mall?
So now you'll remember what that word means for forever.
That means what?
Yeah, what?
The next word right next to it, so we have that mem in the middle of the word. Don't worry about that dot in the middle of the mem.
Okay.
It says ini. It means like my mother. Right? See where it looks like in its normal form? Now keep going over to the left there, and then you'll see it in the final form. Aim. Aim. See at the end? And you won't get it mixed up because look at the little wave at the top. It looks
And it's closed in.
and it's closed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty similar. And what's the next word? Oh, yom. Yom. Yep, it means
Where?
day.
Where?
Yom.
I'm so lost.
Yom.
Oh, let's see.
See, there's the regular form, and you'll see it at the final form. Right? You see it? Yeah, it's a regular form, and then here's the final form, a little better. This is Yom.
Okay.
You see it? They're just trying to show you the difference between the regular form and the final form. And then you're just gonna get used to it from seeing it. So the third one is Na'ar. It's like young man. They're focusing on the noon right here. Difference from the regular noon and the noon sophie. The next word there is Bana. So nothing new there. That's our normal forms. We already know.
Somebody ate a banana this morning.
It means like to build.
Banana?
What'd you have for breakfast? A banana. So what they're showing us the noon there, right? So nothing new. It looks like a normal thing. And then look at the final form of the noon in the next column over on line 3. Amen. Right? You guys know what that word means, right?
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Me.
Amen. See how it just goes down below the line a bit? And the next word, you guys probably already know this Hebrew word too. Bane. It means sun. Normally, you'll hear us shorten that like when we're speaking. Mostly you're used to hearing like Ben. But properly it's Bane. And then they got, they're gonna show us in line 4, the final form of the pay, right? So we have nafal, which it's debatable what that means. It probably means like fall. And then you have shafat, just like lip or like the shore. But they want us to focus on that pay there. So nothing new so far. That's a normal pay. But then look at the final form on the left hand side. Off. Or cough. See?
No.
You don't see it on line 4?
Those are not one.
Line 4. So there's a normal form right there, a
Uh-huh.
normal pay.
Uh-huh.
Look, here's a final pay.
Oh, okay.
And you see, it looks the same on the top, right? Like they just
Mhm.
straighten that line out.
Mm-hmm.
You see it? Line 4, okay, normal pays right there in the middle. And then the final. Does everybody see it?
Mhm.
You see it? How you gonna get used to it? By looking at it. And here we go, here's the, what you asked about earlier, here's the difference with the tzaddik. So line 5, we have tzaddik. Tzaddik, we know that one probably, right? Righteous. Yep. Matzah, you guys know what matzah is?
We ate some last week,
Yeah. Matzah?
had a week of it.
Unleavened bread? Yep. Now, you see, there we have the tzaddik at the beginning, in the middle, nothing new. And then on the left-hand column right there, we have eights. Means like wood or tree. You see how it just straightened out right there? That's the final form. So you won't mix it up. It looks pretty close, right?
Yeah.
And then rots. And then their little footnote that they put underneath it. The final form of the cough is usually written with 2 dots inside it. These dots have no sound. Sometimes the vowel kamates appears inside the final form. We already talked about that. This is pronounced cha. So let's look at how it works at the bottom of page 12. Oh, we'll go through it real quick. Sorry, 11. So we have lach, right? Lach, kach, elecha, alecha, banecha, tzad, metzav. And you guys will get used to this a lot. You're seeing the cough with the comments in it as we go on in the book, and also the regular cough with just the 2 dots that you don't say, because it's gonna be like a possessive suffix, like saying like your, like, look, there's one right there. V'ahavta that leroecha kimoecha. You love your neighbor as yourself. So like, this will be like a possessive suffix, like yours. Don't worry about that. I told you that. Let me read line 2. Ma'im. It looks like ma'im. We'll talk about that next week. We'll pronounce it ma'im. Look, they're showing us the mem sophites here. Aim. And regular mem in the next word. Matzah. Regular mem in the middle of this one. Shamar. Like to guard or protect or keep. And then we got a mem sophit at the end. Bomb. And then we're going to get a noon sophit at the end of this word, right? Safun.
You say that again?
Safun. Hey, Nita.
Okay. Okay.
Safun.
It's a fast car.
Yeah. I ate a banana. Look at number 3. They're going to show us the, Nita, come on up here and read line 3 for us.
Well,
And we're done with after this line 3. Okay, they're going to show us the difference between the noon sophie and the noon in the middle. Okay, that's what they're trying to get us to focus on. So we have Bain, right? It's the noon at the end, and then Shana, it's the noon in the middle. means like year. We have a noon in the beginning. Neen. Noon in the beginning again, nothing new with that. Nata. Noon in the beginning again. Natan. You're gonna see that word a lot in the Bible. And then a noon sophit. Loon. And then the last word there is, I don't know what they're trying to show us there, just trying to throw it in there. Ephes. Ephes.
Ephes.
Yep. So for this week, I want everybody on page 11 to write out the reading practice. Write out the reading practice on page 11, lines 1 through 7, and say it out loud. Say it out loud and write the English pronunciation over. And then I'll take y'all's homework from last week so I can grade it.